weather on NBC 10 Boston, Boston's most accurate forecast.
All right, everyone, 11:16 this morning. Pamela is joining us. Pamela, this weekend I was driving down to New York City and I caught a whiff of, I was like, what is that smell? And then I realized that it's not just us here in New England that are dealing with this. Our friends down in New York, as we just said, all across the country are dealing with these brush fires.
So much dry weather all across the United States, Colton. For this fall, we've been incredibly dry here in the Northeast. And so, yes, there are wildfires going on. The ones in particular here up north of Boston affecting our air quality in some local locations. If you smell the smoke wherever you are, wherever you're traveling to, that means it is affecting your air quality and you may be bothered by it. Middleton to Linfield and Rockport, we actually have some very light smoke, but it is enough to maybe smell it across Rockport as we have a direct westerly wind for the rest of tonight. But look, tomorrow, South Shore areas actually saw a little, very quick plume of some of that smoke moving from the North Shore across Boston Bay into the South Shore. So be aware, Cohasset, Hall, Scituate, areas like that, even into Quincy, perhaps you might smell that smoke tomorrow as the wind is so strong it carries it from the North Shore. For right now, that wind strong from the west-southwest, and it is a very, very spring-like day out there. As soon as you step outside, the wind and the little rain we had overnight, plus with the mild temps, feels like, yes, the early spring season. 63 dew points in the low 50s and lowering. Today's the warmest day of this week as we have really cold air in store for you as soon as we get towards tomorrow. Highs today top off in the mid to upper 60s thanks to that gusty west wind, and that wind will be between 20 and 30 miles per hour until late this afternoon. We get a little bit of reprieve from that wind, but then tonight, tomorrow morning and afternoon, it really gets active. That wind direction from the northwest, and that is why we will experience some colder air, certainly, as tonight's lows will be in the 40s. We continue to drop to high temps tomorrow in the 40s and 50s, but that's it. Most of the day will be spent in the 40s, even though we have a high of 53 Plymouth, 54 in Dartmouth. It's going to feel like the 30s, however, for much of the afternoon. Here's your wind chill forecast. I hate to dust this one off, but here it is. 36 for that graphic there, reporting that in Haverhill by tomorrow, 3 p.m. So the winter coat's necessary in layers before, during, and after school. First Alert Live radar, we had a system that moved through, brought us a little bit of rain. We still have a secondary front draped across the north and west and an area of low pressure. That's yet to move through. In the mountains over the next 12 hours or so, we do have a risk of some light snow showers there, but those don't make it to Boston. Don't worry. It stays in higher elevations while the rest of southern New England remains dry, but that cold front helps to reinforce the cooler air and helps increase our wind speeds as well. As high pressure continues to dominate Wednesday into Thursday, it's cool, it's brisk, but then we keep it dry. Next chance for rain seems to be moving in from the Great Lakes. Unfortunately, it runs into this blocking area of low pressure, which is backing in from the east. And so that's our next chance for rain showers for this week, but mostly overnight Friday, not enough to settle things down, and it keeps clouds around for Saturday. And then it kicks out, and by the weekend, at least the second half, we're back in the 50s to near 60 next week.
All right, Pamela, thanks so much.